Hey there, GCN family is doing well. Happy holidays to you and your family. I have a really important message that I want to put out here today. Some exciting news that I want to share with you. Now, before I even get into that, I definitely want to just come out here today and say I know that my communication has been lacking. Right? I mean, that would be a huge understatement as far as what we've been doing the last couple months as far as communication. So for those of you who feel like you've been out of the loop, I apologize. It's a matter of clarity, which I completely have right now. So excited about that. So listen, I've got a lot of information I'm going to share with you today. I'm going to ask you to please stay till the end of the video. I promise you it's going to be worth your time if you do. So let's get into this. First, I just want to talk really briefly about the company in general, kind of what we've been through and also exactly where we're going. Because I think some of you just think we're gone, right? Which is totally not the case. And I've said that for a long time. But we needed to have complete clarity on what to do, where to go, and exactly how to get there. And we definitely have that now. So I want to share that with you. But I first just want to kind of back up a little bit. We have just crossed over our anniversary, our year anniversary mark on October 1st. It's hard to believe that it's been over a year since GCN got started. We had some amazing times, and I know that some of those times got held up. But I think back during that time, we started out as sports trading BTC, as many of you know, and even though I thought it was a cool name and a lot of people liked it, we got a lot of pushback from that word trading, right? Because there's a lot of legalities and things that go into that. We weren't necessarily trading sports, so it created some confusion. We wanted to get BTC off the end. And we also felt like it kind of just like put us in this one category, right? So we made a name change to Global Credits Network. I think it was a much better name choice than what we had, number one. And it also opened up our doors to create this theme of entertainment, right? That was really the message that we wanted to get out there. Not only when it came to sports, we also launched our auction product, as many of you know, in November. Had a lot of fun with that, a lot of success with that, a lot of awesome, prizes that were won by people. There's some of you that don't care anything about auctions. It's kind of funny when I talk to leaders. Some of you are like, James, just focus on sports. And then I talk to another leader like, man, these auctions are awesome. So, we've created this platform of entertainment, and it doesn't just stop with auctions. It doesn't just stop with sports. There's other areas that we've talked about going into from a gaming standpoint. What other opportunities are out there? You can look at travel. That's great entertainment that, I've had experience in that industry. So there's a lot of different directions that we could go. But, with Global Credits Network, it opened up a whole new world to us. Yeah. And we had a lot of excitement, some amazing events. And you guys know, if you came to any of the live events, I can tell you with 100% certainty that I've never been part of anything like that in my life. Like where I really truly felt like that event was like a family reunion almost, right? Even though I didn't know a lot of you, when we met face to face, I talked to you many times on the phone. We had that connection. And any of you who made it out to our live events, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? And there's some of you that may not buy into that, and that's okay. That's all right. But what I do know is this: as we go forward into this in 2021, and we get this pandemic beside us or behind us, I guess is a better way to put it, we will definitely be meeting face to face again and get right back on track with our live events, because it's what is a game changer for us, allowing people to see the family and the community that we've created here. Now, with that being said, I want to address obviously some of the elephants in the room. As many of you know, we had challenges even before COVID hit. I think a lot of people think that I just pretend like things were amazingly going well before COVID hit and sports went down. I don't think that. Number one, I know that we had challenges before that, and in fact, if you remember, I addressed this several different times. I addressed the fact that when we started this, we started out in a deficit that maybe I didn't create, but I inherited. So I have to take responsibility for the fact that, hey, we were running in a deficit almost immediately from the comped accounts for leaders that were continuing to earn. And, so much to the fact that that I actually sent a letter out to each and every person that received what would be considered a comped account or a free account. Even if they renewed an account, they didn't put the original amount in there. So it meant that they were working on companies' funds. It was draining us. It was crippling us. It was creating a lot of confusion in the sports wagering versus paying commissions and all those things, all those struggles that we had. And I addressed that very clearly. And as you know, we didn't even have one single person that was willing to step up, that had been given an account, that had earned a lot of Bitcoin, that was willing to step up and pay. Now, it took some twisting and some turning. A few people came around, but still 99.9% of people just simply didn't do it. They were comfortable with getting the free account, earning the Bitcoin, and many of them didn't even renew. So it put put us in a bad situation as a company. As many of you know, I've been super transparent with that. We can't fix that, right? That's something that we cannot correct. All we can do right now is focus on what can we do to get this thing back. I know there's many of you out there who are frustrated with me, frustrated with the situation. There's people out there that think I'm sitting on all types of Bitcoin. I just took this Bitcoin, I'm just sitting on it and living life to the fullest, which couldn't be further from the truth. Because the question would be, if that was the case, why would we have so much trouble in the beginning paying those commissions out, right? We were trying to get momentum. And as you know, as we led into the COVID, I'd already secured a tremendous amount of capital to help us get through that deficit and find a payment plan to be able to get that back on track, right? A payment plan from the company to those who were willing to give the capital. But as COVID came, sports went down, capital went away, right? There's no one that was going to be willing to put money into any type of company that had no business, right? At the current state, it had no business model out there. So what did we do? Well, as the COVID started to slow down, the sports came out, we come out with this new comp plan that is a matrix comp plan, and it was a failure. I mean, to say the least. Even though that's had some success out there for our people, for our customers, for our members, it just wasn't something that fit into our mold. So here's what we are doing as a company and what I'm really, really excited about to tell you. One thing I know for certain is that when I started this company back in July, really, of 2019, there's one thing that worked, and it would be the math, right? As long as I didn't start out as a deficit, I knew our handicappers could do what they said they were going to do. When we implemented the auction side of it, man, that's a whole nother revenue stream that can keep our company healthy. And you guys have to know this, in order for us to have the events, in order for me to have the staff, in order for us to have a healthy company, we have to make money, right? That is something that is required in order to do that. And when you looked at the compensation plan, you looked at how things were designed, many of the things that came into it were things to try to help us get out of a deficit that we just simply couldn't have gotten out of, right? So when you look back at what we originally started with into what we kind of morphed into, it turned into something that people just weren't attracted to. We took away the cap, we added this matrix. People did not want that, and guess what? I knew they weren't going to want that. As much as I tried to lean into it, you saw me almost disappear because I didn't have it in my heart, because I knew that was not the model that we should be running with. So where do we go from here? Well, here's what I can tell you. I've been working with the programming team, and we're going to be relaunching GCN in the first week of January. I'm like crazy excited, because here's the reason why. We are going to be going back to our original model. And what is that original model? Well, it's that we have our binary, right? We have our cab bonus, we have our fast start bonus, we have our auctions, we have our sports wagering, we have, our GOWs, we have, which are our games of the week. We have all these things that are going to be in place coming in January. Now, here's the deal. If you're an existing member, that doesn't mean that you're going to have to come out of your pocket and put more money in to buy your position again. I'm not foolish enough to think that anyone's going to do that at this point. Now, there's going to be some qualifications, and there's also going to be some small changes. One of those major changes is we're actually taking away the minimum cab bonus. Okay. I think people, it caused confusion in the market and in programming, by the way. So there's some things we're going to be doing inside of the cab bonus that I know you guys are going to absolutely love, that will allow us to do what we do best. And that's to get out there and pick the games, to do the things that we want, and to create an entertainment environment for each and every one of our members. So I'm going to end with this. I truly appreciate those who are taking the time to watch this video. I know I've been out of it for the last couple months. You guys know, I mean, I talk about that elephant in the room. You guys know that I've been part of Lionshare. It's something that I started in the midst of all this COVID. And I'm sure that just like every other entrepreneur out there, GCN's not the only thing you do. And it won't be the only thing that I ever do either. Okay. That doesn't mean it's not my baby and I don't love it. It's not number one in my life. It just means that at that point in time, I had to create ways to be able to help with some of these GOWs, some of these auctions, some of these things that have been outstanding in our world, and be able to get us to a place that we can move forward. You see, we got a choice right now. We can either come together as a team and make this the greatest company possible, which I know we can absolutely do. The model works, the product's second to none. You have to admit, this idea is like, I want to say once in a lifetime, but maybe a once in a decade type thing that comes around that people love and people are excited about. We have that in the palm of our hands. But we either have to come together as a team, or we have to walk away. And I don't like the option of walking away. And the reason why I don't like the option of walking away is because I think a lot of people feel like, maybe they've been cheated, right? Maybe they've been hurt. Maybe they don't understand completely what the numbers are behind it. So our best option here, and the option I'm most excited about, is that we are going to relaunch this in January. I'm asking you as a leader to hear me out, right? Give me a chance. Let me show you exactly what we're going to do and how we can build this thing and how this can be a blessing for you and your family and how we can take 2021 to the next level. We don't know what direction the world's going to go with COVID. I have no idea, but I do believe that sports are here to stay. I know that home business is stronger than ever. And I can tell you this, my commitment to you, my commitment to GCN, my commitment to the people, and to move this thing forward is 100%. I'm going to lean into this thing like you've never seen me lean into it, except for when I very first launched this. And as I helped you guys build your business, and as I touched y'all, phone calls, messages, Zooms, all those things every single day, I will be back in this thing like you haven't seen before. So over the next couple weeks, I want to invite you out to some of these Zooms. I want you to understand what the comp plan is going to look like, what the small changes are going to be, but how we're going to get back to that original plan that allowed you to be able to introduce this to people, for people to be excited about it and be able to come be part of this amazing company. I want to say thank you to the leaders who've stuck by me. You know who you are, those who have had my back and understanding in this tough time. And for those that have been haters, hey, it is what it is. I think it comes from the fact that most of you don't have all the details, right? You have bits and pieces of the details. And a lot of that comes from lack of communication, which points right back to me, right? Not being able to communicate in a way that I want to, not being able to get the message out there like I like to. And the truth is this, okay? Some of you will love this, some of you will not. Some of you will make the excuse of whatever reason why you can't or won't do this. The facts are the facts. We are moving forward with this. It's going to be better than it ever has. And for those that you want to jump on this board, this bandwagon, I guess we could call it, with me and be able to take this ride into 2021, we're going to change a lot of lives and we're going to blow it up. And we're going to absolutely take GCN to where it needs to be, right? We're going to take it to these international markets. We're going to help a lot of people. So I'm asking you, come with me, come be part of this as we move into the future. And let's be part of the solution, not part of the problem. I can assure you, we can make this right for every single one of you out there. We can do this together, but it can't just be me. I'm going to do my part. I promise you. I'm going to lean in like I need to. I'm going to make the right decisions as well as I possibly can, God willing, and with your help. So I'm asking you, come be part of this. Come listen to what we have to say. And over the next couple of weeks, as I send out the Zoom invitations, come be part of it and listen to what we are going to be doing and how it can affect you and your family's life. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I truly appreciate it. I look forward to an amazing 2021. Let's go get it with GCN. Have a great day. Bye-bye.